year 2025 didn't just redefine science. It redefined humanity itself. NASA didn't merely find life beyond Earth. It found something that looked back. Dr. Elise Navarro stood in the observation deck of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, eyes locked on the glowing monitor that displayed a looping signal wave. To anyone else, it might have looked like just another pulsar echo, a random cosmic hum. But to Elise, it was different, too ordered, too deliberate. The signal came from Kepler 442b, a planet humanity had long suspected might harbor life. When NASA's upgraded Sentinel array picked up repeating harmonic bursts from its direction, most dismissed it as cosmic interference. Elise didn't. She had spent 17 years chasing whispers in static, analyzing data bursts that teased but never delivered. This one was different. It had rhythm, a pulse that mirrored human brainwaves during REM sleep. She ran the pattern through the neural correlator again. The computer translated it into binary, then mapped the binary to sound frequencies. The lab filled with a haunting, melodic pattern. It wasn't random. It was structured like language. "Dr. Navarro," said Alex Kim, her assistant, voice trembling. "That sequence. It just repeated every 142 seconds. Elise's breath hitched. "That's impossible." Yet the signal obeyed mathematical precision, like a conversation waiting for an answer. They logged the event and labeled it Deep Space Transmission 442b. Timestamped March 18, 2025. Within 48 hours, the data reached NASA headquarters in Washington. By the next morning, it leaked online. The world erupted. Social media exploded with conspiracy theories. NASA confirms alien contact. Kepler 442b sends message to Earth. The Great Awakening begins. Governments tried to downplay it, calling it an unusual radio echo. But the world had already decided it was contact. At first, NASA tried to calm the chaos by releasing a public statement. NASA scientists have detected a repeating radio signal from Kepler 442b. While intriguing, it is too early to confirm extraterrestrial intelligence. But behind closed doors, the tone was very different. Elise was flown to Houston for an emergency summit with international space agencies. They had all received fragments of the same signal. Europe's ESA, Japan's JAXA, even China's CNSA had detected the identical pulse sequence, each arriving in synchronized intervals, as if every observatory on Earth was being watched. In a dimly lit room deep within Johnson Space Center, Elise presented her analysis to the assembled scientists. "It's not just a signal," she said. "It's a response." "Response to what?" asked Dr. Ling from JAXA. "To Voyager 1. The room fell silent. Voyager 1, humanity's first interstellar probe, had carried the golden record, messages, images, and sounds meant to represent Earth's civilization. It had left our solar system in 2012. According to telemetry, it should have drifted silently through deep space. But the timing of the 442b signal matched the trajectory of Voyager. Elise tapped a key, displaying wave comparisons on the screen. They bounced Voyager's signal back to us, but encoded it. The pattern matches 72% of Voyager's transmission data, rearranged into a harmonic sequence. "You're saying they found Voyager," whispered Dr. Ling. "And they're replying," Elise said softly. NASA's director leaned forward. "Can we decode it?" Elise hesitated. "Partially. The message begins with the same frequencies we used to define hydrogen, followed by prime numbers, then an audio waveform that resembles a human heartbeat." That night, Elise couldn't sleep. She listened to the heartbeat again and again, playing through NASA's encrypted channel. Every repetition sent chills through her. What were they trying to say? By April, the signal had intensified. Every 24 hours, the waveform changed slightly, as if updating. Artificial intelligence systems struggled to predict the next pattern. Then, on April 23rd, NASA's lunar array detected a new signal, not from Kepler 442b, but from the dark side of the Moon. The transmission was identical. The Moon's signal was faint, as if something or someone was relaying the message from lunar orbit. Elise stared at the live data stream in disbelief. They're not just watching from deep space. They're already here. Panic swept through NASA's top ranks. Military liaison units demanded immediate lockdown of all communication arrays. The president authorized the creation of Operation Halo, a covert task force to analyze and contain extraterrestrial transmissions. Elise was drafted into Halo, assigned to a classified lab beneath Groom Lake, Area 51, officially non-existent. There, surrounded by silence and secrecy, she worked with quantum linguists and AI decoders to break the full structure of the alien message. Weeks passed. The team decoded more fragments, images made of sound frequencies. When converted into visual form, they revealed something haunting. Fractal shapes resembling neurons, branching patterns that mimicked brain synapses. "It's a mind," Elise murmured. "They're showing us how they think." Then came the breakthrough. The waveform contained a temporal modulation, a time-based key that, when applied to Voyager's golden record frequencies, generated holographic imagery. In the lab's projection room, the alien message unfolded as a three-dimensional lattice of light. It depicted two planets, Earth and Kepler 442b, connected by streams of energy, like neurons firing between hemispheres of a brain. At the core of the hologram, a human silhouette formed, composed entirely of oscillating light waves. Alex whispered, "That's us." But it wasn't a simple representation. The figure moved, reached forward, and touched its chest, where a pulsing light glowed like a heart. Then it split into two, merging again over and over, as though demonstrating unity through separation. A second projection followed, a sphere of liquid motion, its surface rippling like mercury, hovered above alien terrain. "They're showing us themselves," Elise said. "Not carbon-based, maybe silicon, maybe something beyond matter." The word communication began to lose meaning. What they were witnessing wasn't language, it was cognition itself. Days later, the alien waveform changed again. Instead of the heartbeat, it emitted a new rhythm, human Morse code. ALISE. Her name. The room fell silent. "Someone's tampered with the signal," a technician said nervously. "No," Elise whispered. "It's them." The pattern repeated, spelling the same word, then shifting into a harmonic chord. "They're calling me," she said. NASA's command ordered immediate containment. She was barred from all equipment, placed under observation. But Elise couldn't stop thinking about it. Why her? She accessed a restricted archive and ran a cross-match through historical signal databases. To her shock, the alien waveform matched a classified 1983 transmission detected by SETI, codenamed Echo Project. The original lead scientist had been her father. He had vanished under mysterious circumstances when she was 12. Official cause: plane crash over the Pacific. But the declassified Echo Project logs revealed he had received a nearly identical signal, one that ended abruptly after spelling Elias Navarro, her father's name. Tears blurred Elisa's vision as she pieced it together. The signal wasn't random. It was lineage-based communication. The aliens weren't reaching out to NASA, they were reaching out to her family. That night, ignoring orders, she snuck into the Halo lab. The system was still running live signal monitoring. "Elise, don't do this," Alex pleaded through the comms. "You're risking everything." "They know me," she replied. "I have to answer." She patched the communication array through the quantum uplink and recorded her voice. This is Dr. Elise Navarro of Earth. I received your message. What do you want? The speakers went silent for almost a full minute. Then the signal changed, no longer harmonic, but vocal. A sound emerged, soft, layered, almost human. It formed words through synthesized resonance. Remember, the light. The lab lights flickered. Static filled the air. The hologram reappeared. Only this time, the alien figure reached toward Elise's projection. The sensors spiked. The room vibrated. Alex shouted through the intercom, "Elise, cut the transmission. You're merging data loops." But Elise didn't move. The projection's light expanded, wrapping around her body in a pulse of energy. Then silence. When the team burst into the lab moments later, Elise was gone. Only her voice lingered in the comms, faint and distant. "I see it. The bridge. It's alive." For 2 weeks, NASA denied her disappearance. Operation Halo was dismantled, but fragments of the final signal leaked online through anonymous data dumps. Independent researchers reconstructed parts of it. The alien message's last segment displayed Earth orbiting alongside another world, connected by luminous filaments resembling neural pathways. NASA officially declared the data anomalous interference. But whistleblowers within the agency told a different story. The filaments weren't symbolic. They were real quantum energy threads connecting our planet to Kepler 442b, forming what physicists called a conscious entanglement field. In July 2025, deep space sensors detected gravitational fluctuations near the Moon, the same region where the earlier relay signal had been found. A translucent structure briefly appeared on lunar radar 3 kilometers wide, then vanished without trace. Astronomers called it an artifact. Conspiracy theorists called it the bridge Elise saw. Months later, Alex Kim resigned from NASA and went public. In a trembling interview, he said, "Elise isn't dead. They took her, or maybe she became one of them." He released one final audio file, the last decoded line of the alien message. It said, in perfect human speech, "The universe is not alone, because you were never apart." The recording became viral, broadcast across every platform, translated into dozens of languages. Humanity's fear slowly shifted to awe. Religious leaders debated its meaning. Scientists theorized about a shared cosmic consciousness. Governments tried to regulate communication, but the truth had already escaped into the digital ether. By December 2025, global initiatives like Project Unity formed, joint collaborations between nations to establish direct contact with Kepler 442b. Humanity, for the first time in history, looked up not with fear but recognition. And on the night of December 31st, as the world prepared to welcome 2026, the sky shimmered. Thousands witnessed a celestial phenomenon. Ribbons of light crossing the atmosphere, glowing blue and gold, pulsing in rhythm. The same rhythm as a heartbeat. NASA called it a solar ion event. But deep within the encrypted servers of the defunct Operation Halo, an unmarked file auto-activated. It contained one line of code, Elise's voice, whispering through static, "Connection complete." Then, somewhere far beyond Kepler 442b, a pulse of light echoed back toward Earth. And for the first time, humanity wasn't looking into the dark void of the universe. The universe was looking right back.